This is your one and only 𝐸⁻⁻81 with your daily dose of video goodness, and welcome back to another informational Valheim video. Today, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about chickens. Let's get to it. In order to get chickens, you will need a chicken egg. You get chicken eggs from the trader. Just in case you do not know, the trader is spawned in a random location in the dark forest biome, which is the biome that looks like this on your map. You can see here, once you find him or you get close to him, this symbol here should show up. Now, in order to get him to sell you the chicken eggs, you need to have defeated 𝐴𝐽𝐽𝐻𝐵, the plains boss, the goblin boss. That's the boss you have to defeat in order for him to sell you the chicken eggs, because his inventory is now tied to your progression level. So if you take a look here, you can see he is now selling me eggs. They are 1,500 gold each. So you are going to need 2 of them if you want to get breeding chickens. Basically, you need 2 of them for them to be any use whatsoever, which means you are going to need 3,000 gold in order to buy 2 of them. Once you get your chicken eggs, you are going to need to build a structure to hatch them, and it's a very easy structure to build. All you have to do is take your plank flooring, build a 2x2 like you see here, put some walls around it like I am doing here. You can actually build it smaller than this, but this that I'm setting up here will make much more sense here once we continue on with the video, why I am showing you to do it this way. Slap a roof down like that, and then slap another corner roof down like so, and then you want to grab your fire, and you're just going to throw a fire in the back here like that. Then once you have done all of that, you need to separate your eggs. You cannot just throw a full stack of them. So if you have both of them like this and you throw them out and you take a look, it tells you that they cannot grow in a stack. So you need to throw them out individually. So just select them with shift and click and then throw one, and then do the same thing with your other one. There you go. And now if you look at them, they should say that they are warm, but there is a little thing that I noticed that can happen if they get too close to the wall. Sometimes they will not say they are warm, I guess because they clip through the wall. If that happens, just back up a little bit and throw them again and pull them away from the wall a little bit, and you will be okay. So once they are warm, as you see here, see it says it's warm. If I throw one over here out of the way a little bit, away from the fire, not covered, you will see that it says that it is too cold. The only thing that it's looking for is to see if there's a roof above it and a fire nearby. That's all it's looking for. There's other ways you can actually do it, but it takes a chance of catching your chicken on fire. This is the easiest way. So after that happens and they are warm, it takes a day for them to hatch. So if I skip a day and we wait patiently, you will see that there's one and then there's the other. It was a little too close to the fire. You may want to back your fire up a little bit. That was a perfect example of what can happen there if you get your fire too close and they get into the fire. So let's try this again. So I'm gonna stand a little further back this time and get it just under the roof there, and it should swap. There it goes. Now it says that it's warm. Now what we're gonna do is skip a day and then watch this chicken here, because this chicken does have a chance to grow. There we go. We got our next one to hatch. Now it takes anywhere from 1 to 3 days for your chickens to grow to adults. It's 1 day for them to hatch and then 1 to 3 days for them to grow. You'll also notice they are scared of the fire. You can see they're getting a little exclamation point up there. So now that our chickens have grown, we're just going to delete that fire. That's going to make them happy. We're going to skip another day. Now it can happen at any point within the day. Their growth can happen. So if you wake up in the morning, as you saw there, that one just grew. If you wake up in the morning and they are not grown, give it a little time throughout the day and they will eventually grow up. Once your chickens have grown, you are set and good to go to start breeding them. All you need is 2, just like with any other animal. It doesn't matter that they both say that they're hens, just don't pay attention to that. And you already have your box set up, ready to go. So what do you feed your chickens? These are all of the foods that your chickens can eat. So we have beech seeds, birch seeds, carrot seeds, onion seeds, and turnip seeds, as well as barley. Out of all the foods that we have available to us, these are the only foods that the chickens will eat. I think barley is probably the best one to use, as it's one of the easiest ones to get in abundance relatively easily. And it's also what I've been using to test them here, although I usually have an abundance of birch seeds as well, so that's going to be up to preference to you. However, but that's what they'll eat. As you can see, I've been doing a lot of testing, trying to figure out all of the mechanics with the chickens. I got some setup over there as well as a setup over there in the distance. Been doing a bunch of testing to try to figure out what is the best setup to get the highest amount of eggs possible, because chickens do give you chicken meat as well as feathers. You can also eat the eggs. So there's a total of 2 different foods that you can get from chickens as well as the feathers. There is some type of ratio that prevents you from having too many chickens and too many eggs in a specific area. I'm not 100% sure what the math on that is, but I have a bunch of testing that I've done here. In this pen, I have 12 chickens. This is a 5x5. You can see they only have 2 eggs in this pen, and I've been skipping days like it's nobody's business and feeding them, and for some reason they will not spawn any more eggs. They'll eat the food, but they won't spawn any more eggs. If we take a look at this pen over here, this is another 5x5 pen, and you can see in this one we have a lot more eggs. We also have a lot less chickens. There are only 5 chickens in this pen, and we have a total of 8 eggs. This is a much larger location to house your chickens in, and this amount of space is completely unnecessary. I did find out, however, though, that the check for eggs and chickens in a specific space happens within 6 foundations of each other. So you can see I have a set of chickens here. There's 2 chickens in the pen, and over here I have 2 chickens in the pen, and we have a total of 8 eggs in each of these pens. You can see there are 3 here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we come over here to this one as well, you can see there are 4 here and there are 4 right here. This one popped on the other side of the wall. That is something you have to be conscious of. They can pop on the other side of the wall. I would probably make my walls double thick to help prevent this from happening. I didn't test it too much, but I did test it with chickens producing, and 2 thick walls do help your chickens from popping through a wall when they are born if you get the egg too close to the wall. So it should work with the eggs as well. Once again, that still needs testing though. But as you can see, there are 8 eggs in each of these pens, and these pens are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 foundations apart from each other. However, you can fit more than 2 chickens in a 4x4 area. If you take a look over here, I have 4 chickens in this area. Now, do note that if you put an additional chicken in here, so if you do 5 chickens, you will not get 8 eggs, you will get 5 eggs. Why? I don't know. It stops early. But if you do 4, you will get 8 eggs. You can see there are 8 eggs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, totaling 8 eggs. You can get it down to 2 chickens, and I'm going to explain why this is the smallest you can do here in a second, but you can get it down to 2 chickens if you want to do it that way. But you're much more space efficient by doing a 2x2 with 4 chickens in it, then skipping 6 foundations in any direction from that and putting down another pen of 4 chickens. Now you understand why I suggested doing a 2x2 with the roofs on it for your initial pen. The reason I suggest not going any smaller than this 1x2 that you see here is because if you put the chickens in a single foundation, 2 chickens, when they are born, the one will stack on top of the other one. Their hitbox is much larger than it appears to be, and they will stack on top of each other, and your other chicken will run away. It also does some type of check to see if their collision is smushed together. I have a setup over here where I was testing some things. There are 2 chickens in this little box here, collision smashed together, and they will not produce eggs no matter what I do. So they need space, and their boxes cannot be smushed into each other. So you need at least a 1x2 for 2 chickens. But considering 2 chickens will make 8 eggs in a 1x2 and 4 chickens will make 8 eggs in a 2x2, you are much more space efficient if you put 4 chickens in a 2x2. Sorry, that is a mouthful to say. And then separate them by 6 foundations in any direction. That is going to maximize the amount of eggs that you can get from your chickens, being the most space efficient possible. One last thing that I do want to point out is there is no check for eggs hatching. You can have as many chickens as you want in a tiny little area, and the eggs will continue to hatch. I had about 25 chickens in this area up here, and they just continued to hatch with no problem. The stopping point comes from the chickens making the eggs, and the check for that is the amount of chickens in an area and the amount of eggs in an area, and that ratio is something that is far beyond my comprehension of math to figure out. Maybe with the data that I've given you, somebody smarter than me can figure out the actual ratio, but I could continue to just hatch eggs all day in this one area area. If I have, say over there, my egg layers, I could pull all of my eggs from over there and bring them over here and just hatch them continuously in this pen. There does not appear to be any type of check for actual egg hatching, only egg production. And if you are farming chickens for their meat and feathers, I would suggest making a hatch box like you see here, far from all of your other, well, at least 6 foundations or more from your other hatcheries. And then you can just come to your hatching box, throw all of the eggs that you've gathered in it and just hatch them all at one time, and then go in and do a mass slaughter all in one go. Because once you get your 4 chickens in your 2x2, you want to remove the roof and remove the fire so that you don't take a chance of any of your future eggs hatching on you. All right, well, I think that is just about everything you need to know for chickens. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down there in the comments section. And if you enjoyed this video, you found it helpful and informational, consider hitting the subscribe button and notification bell so you can be notified when I upload other videos. And if you want to see another awesome Valheim guide, you can check that out on the screen right now. I want to give an absolute massive shout out and thank you to all of my channel supporters for helping to keep these videos sponsor free. You all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to become an official channel supporter, check out the links in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and share your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.